Hey guys, what's going on? What's going on, Facebook family? Thank you for letting me into your Friday again. It is a awesome Freedom Friday today, and today is going to be a special broadcast because I have one of my really good friends on with me today, and she's going to be sharing a little bit of her mindset and a little bit of her story. So, as we always start every single broadcast, today is the day the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. So, where are you guys coming from? Just give me a shout if you're on this live right now. Make sure when you come in, let us know where you're coming from in the world and what you're doing right now so we can acknowledge you. So, we're going to be getting into some good stuff today, and without further ado, I'm just gonna bring her in because I want to get to the meat and the potatoes real quick. So, right before I met this awesome person a few months ago, in an opportunity that I started, and just a great leader. She just gives me so much inspiration all the time because we are a part of a really big group, a really special group, most when we will. So and she's just been phenomenal. And just recently, we've been going live for the last couple of weeks with our team, and it's been just awesome, and the experience. So I'm just gonna bring her up. Her name is Letitia, and she is looking fire bright and extra special today. So I'm gonna bring her in and let's kind of talk a little bit. So what's going on, Tisha? How you been?
What is going on? I don't know if you can see the comments, but I can see everybody. So hello and welcome everybody. We got a lot of love on here. Alberto, Mark, Paul, Blue, Aiken. I want to say hi to everybody. Chris, we got Columbia in the building. Bat, Ryan, Raphael, Kenny. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining in, you guys. Nick, thanks for having me. We're ready to rock this Freedom Friday out. I'm so excited.
Yeah. And
yeah, go ahead.
So, before we get into the logistics of what we do and how we met, things like that, I just want you to give a little bit of your personal story and what actually led you to search for another way of making money, because you had a regular job, a regular 9-to-5. And, on Freedom Fridays, we talk about financial freedom, we talk about business, we talk about making money and things like that. So what led you to really decide that, you're going to make a change? So talk a little bit about your personal story before.
Yeah, so basically, I had come from a very militant family. We were raised very well to always go to school, make money, and that was like their major thing. So I went to school all the way up until I got my master's degree. And so, after I did that, it was actually really hard to find someone that wanted to actually take the time to train me and pay me what I was worth from school. And so that led me to be $104,000 in school debt. I know a lot of people, you guys got some school loans out there. So, I was always worried about how am I going to make my next dollar? How am I going to pay this off plus everything else? You know what I mean? So that was really difficult. And so I was working this job, and then my mom told me to go, hey, do the post office. You have your master's, you can be a postmaster and blah, 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 right? So I get started in there. On the side before all of this, I was dabbling into the online world. I had friends that were doing it. They were glorifying all the changes that they, were happening in their life with their family and them. They were just excited to get cable or internet or get a laptop, have a phone, buy extra clothes for their kids, be able to take them on trips. So, I was like, oh. So, and then I was like, okay, so I signed up. I liked the benefits, of course. I'm like, okay, cool, I got the benefits, but you also make money with it. And then as the days kept going on when I was working, I started noticing they didn't care about my well-being. They did not care that I was stuck on the side of the road at 7 p.m. at night on a hill in the middle of nowhere with this huge truck that I'm driving. It's like a 2-ton. And I feared for my life. And there's other instances that happened, and I'm like, you know what, this place is going to be the death of me. They just do not care. So I was actually really scared. Every day I was like, dude, am I going to die today or what? Trucks would go out. The brakes would go out, you know, all kinds of stuff. Reverse wouldn't work. So I was just really like, I can't, cannot be it. Like, this is not cool, right? They don't care about me and other people, whether we're alive or not. You know, they have the nerve to give me another mail truck and say, hey, finish your route. And I said, do you know I'm just traumatized right now? Like, are you serious? Like, this is ridiculous. So I kept coming home, and my girlfriend was like, you know what, you're depressed. Da, 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 da. She knows I was sad. I wasn't myself. I literally wasn't myself. You know, I come home, my dog is barking. Like, I'm just tired. I don't want to do anything. And I was just scared. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to dabble into this online world. Two good friends of mine, you know, they were in the opportunity, and they're like, just, you know, you just got to put a couple more hours into it, because I'd only do like maybe 30 minutes. And I'm like, oh, I got one sale, you know, and I was like, let me take this serious and actually see what it's all about. If they can do it, I can do it, you know? And so when I started diving in, the more time I kept putting into it, the more I started actually learning about online in general, how to make websites and domains and what's this and what's that, you know what I mean? How to make sense of it all. Why is there algorithms for every platform, you know? What audiences are on Facebook and Instagram? I was just learning everything, you know? And I did have shiny ball syndrome, where there's so many opportunities out there, right?
Yeah.
We've all done that. So there's so many, and I was that person. I was like, oh, this is cool. Oh, that's great, you know? And so I didn't have someone really like, because at the end of the day, you're your own boss. So you don't have someone in your ear telling you what to do. So the focus wasn't there. And so when the focus wasn't there, that's when I had the shiny ball syndrome. I was looking at this and that and doing this training and buying that. And as soon as I know it, I was spending like, what, $1,500 on trainings, and like, it adds up, you know, and you're just like, whoa, what have I done for myself? Nothing. Just learning, that's great, you know, it's good to learn, but I mean, at the end of the day, some of the stuff was all the same, or I wouldn't get any value.
Right.
And so I started just being a YouTuber, and I started YouTubing, you know, because I was frustrated. I didn't know, like, there's like this set training that I was put into. It was like maybe a few videos, but that was it. They don't show you the back end of everything. They don't show you how to market, kind of thing. So I ran into Justin on YouTube, and Justin Springer, if you guys don't know, his baby is Most What We Will, okay? And so he was actually giving value, how to do X, Y, and Z with your business, how to get those sales and everything like that. And so I was like, oh, snap. So I stalked him literally for like 3 months. I was probably bothering him, you know, with texting him and, hey, so would you recommend this? Did you try this? And, you know, and I started noticing the current group that I was in, it was really quiet, wasn't very family oriented. Some people were even negative in there, and I just couldn't rock with it. And so I kind of just put that group on mute, but I still kept in touch with the people that brought me in there, because they were also the only ones that were really trying to move up and trying to, like, you know, change their life for the better. And so I would still keep tabs on them. We'd still connect. Don't get me wrong. We still connect to this day. They're actually doing really well, and they want me to follow along with them in their journey. But I was like, no, I'm focused on this. And the reason being is because when I joined into the group, I said, I finally seen a Zoom call with all of us. And that feeling that I got some kind of spark. That spark just literally made me feel like, Tisha, you can do this. Look at all these people. They're here doing the same thing that you want to do. Like-minded people. And so even though we're all, you know, in all parts of the United States and Canada, it's really cool to bounce ideas off people that actually want to do this. They're not negative, okay? And they want to keep pushing forward. And so I was like, okay, cool. I learned all this cool stuff. Let me go ahead and implement it. So I'm like, hey, Justin, you know, how about we can do a Tuesdays where we can just do like training stuff, or I can just show people, right? And then come to find out, he's like, you know what? That's actually a really good idea. I would like to make you a page moderator. I said, what? Like, oh my God. And I was telling my girlfriend, I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? Ah! Like I wasn't ready. And so a little bit before that though, when I started being able to have the time, when I put the 2 hours in, I actually went to the post office on that Friday and I said, you know what? I'm done. I was making more money with this online gig than I was slaving for 12 to 14 hours a day with them, wondering if I was going to die or not.
Exactly.
So I just had to find a way to make it steady. You know, I was like, okay, just because 2 weeks went by, because we get paid every Friday, I mean, you know, I was making money, I had to make sure that it was going to be a steady thing. So that's why I kept looking for more. And then when I found Justin, it was kind of like it was meant to be. And so now I'm on this huge platform. It's even growing even more. You know it. Everyone loves it. We stay supposed to be an hour. We're there for like 3 or 4 extra hours, just like shooting ideas and stuff. And then, you know, so now it's all about, it's really like, it feels even more like a business. Now people are looking at me like, Tisha, are you going to go live? Tisha, hey, did you do the training? Or what's some new stuff today? Like, you know, and even all of us. And I look for people that actually want to share ideas too, not just me. It's not about me. Exactly. You know, everyone has good ideas. Everyone looks at things differently. And I want everyone to have their own voice, open their mouth and share. Because it's serious. Like, you guys don't have to just listen to me. I literally, within 6 months, I didn't have that job. But, you know, I'm still a newbie in my eyes. You know, I'm still learning and stuff. So I always welcome everyone's ideas. Every single one. Bring it out there. And so, you know, that's kind of my story. Like, I just, you know, I've been able to help my family, you know, a lot. And also just, you know, pay off that school loan debt. But, you know, a lot of things, you get a lot of challenges, and I learned a lot about myself, and, you know, there's a lot of things going on that people don't know behind doors. And then, but what happens is we're that team that actually will tell you that stuff. That way you can prepare a lot better. So, so that's basically me in a nutshell.
And that's awesome. That's awesome because, you know, it's so funny that, you know, both of our stories are very similar as to how, you know, we got into the online world and we got into online opportunity. Because for those of you who from Tisha's side of the Facebook world that don't know me, I've actually been in and around business for, I don't know, probably 15 years. I've been, you know, doing a lot of things. I've been involved in financial services. I've been involved in network marketing. I've been involved in, you know, and now online business. And the thing that is crazy is that, you know, coming from the corporate world, coming from that background, you don't think that it's possible. And the funny thing was I would hear little whispers of people, you know, in the corporate world that say, you know, I'm working from home now. I'm doing this thing online. And obviously there are a lot of different things, but the most things I heard about back then was like, you know, people are day trading or they're doing outsourced work and things like that from home. But then I really started to hear about people who are using these, like they're independent contractors and they're just doing what they do from their house. And I'm like, man, that would be awesome if I could do that, because I have a laptop, I have a phone, I have reasonably good internet at the time. I mean, I was still kind of working through getting the right internet package for me, but, you know, I had working internet. And, you know, I started working with, remember when I started working with Comcast more specifically, don't stone me because, you know, I know they have a reputation. I was one of them people. Yes, I was. But, you know, having the access to the internet, having access to very good internet, I figured, why can't I do that? And I've done a little bit of everything in the corporate world, especially in sales and marketing and you know, even human resources, I've done that too. I've done a little bit of everything, and I started to figure that, you know, just like a lot of people out there now, that there has to be something more, and there has to be a better way. And, you know, I searched for that for so long, and then when I turned around and I saw, I think it was shortly after I decided that I would really, really take the time to look for something that works. And, you know, I found different companies, like I'll put some of them out there, like Arise. I found Arise. One of my another really good friend of mine, she runs a customer service, like online customer service, virtual customer service kind of deal. And I was like, yeah, that's cool, but that's not exactly what I'm looking for. Not to knock what anybody's doing, but that's just, you know, you find something like what you want, but it's not exactly what you want, that kind of thing. And
right.
During that particular time of my life, I actually ran into, and I was literally binge watching YouTube videos at the time. And okay. I'm talking about like 3-4 hours worth of YouTube videos.
Yes, all-nighters, right?
Exactly. So I was sitting there watching all these YouTube videos, and then I came across somebody on Facebook that was, and honestly, I'll be transparent, you guys. I got caught up with the money, you know, saw somebody flashing money on Facebook. I was like, what are they doing? Obviously, you know, right. At the time, I'm driving for Lyft and Uber, and I'm like, what are they doing? I'm out there, you know, 10 hours, sometimes 8 hours a day. And I'm not doing too bad, but obviously they doing something different. So she's counting out all these stacks of money and showing her computer, and it's like, okay, I want to know what she's doing, because that looks like it's the hook right there. So I hit her up, and she wasn't the nicest person. I'm gonna just be honest. She really wasn't the nicest person. But long story short, I found, she pointed me in the direction of the company that we're both in now. And I just happened to sign up. And she was like, oh, you signed up? Oh, okay. And I told the story in our group, in our mastermind one week, and she blocked me for asking questions.
Wow.
And I'm like, what in the world is that? So she blocked me, and then when I signed up, she quickly unblocked me. I was like, so because I'm making you some money, now you want to unblock me. Okay, I don't got to talk to you no more. Block.
That block button is easy, baby. It's easy.
I love that block button.
Right? I use it on a daily, unfortunately.
Exactly. So, you know, I signed up, and then immediately I took to finding out what this company was about, what they really do, how they really help people make money, and help people not just make money, but help people, their customers, in one of the most stressful times, you know. And I was like, okay, I gotta find out what's the real deal. So that was my whole mindset, the real deal. And guess who stumbles into my YouTube binge? Nobody else but Justin Springer.
Yes, he's in here right now. He says 2 beasts in the building. We got Shane in here too. We got Samantha, you know, a lot of our team, April, Shane. I think I said Shane.
Yeah. Shane's in here. So yeah, it's awesome to see that these guys are in here, and they're a part of our team. But I found Justin, and one video, and he was just like, and I'm thinking in my head, I want to get the real. And he literally says, I'm going to give you the real. And he's sitting in his car, probably at the gym, and he's like, I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to give you the real. At the end of the day, it's about you getting what you need to hear and not what you want to hear. And I was like, okay,
right.
Let me talk about
Yeah.
So, and I literally stalked him. And yes, it's kind of bad. It was online, but you know, I'm not going to apologize because it helped me out. So, you know, I stalked him for a good 3 months, and we joked all the time about his live schedule being in my Google Calendar. But okay, so it was so funny that he kept talking about this training. Get this training, get this training, get this training. I'll help you get more customers, you know. It'll help you. It'll help you get more sales, help you reach more people, become a better marketer, and things like that. And finally, he was like, the deadline's coming up. I heard the deadline's coming up for like 3-4 times before I actually said, you know what, I'm going to just do it. And, you know, not having a mentor in this business, coming into most what we will, it was just like a breath of fresh air, because from the very first day, and a lot of you guys don't know.
Seriously.
Exactly. So a lot of you guys don't know this, but when I came in with the mindset of, I'm just going to hang back and learn and take notes and, you know, do all that and just work on becoming a better marketer, becoming a better leader. And from the very first day, I end up having to speak and help answer questions. And that's not something that I mind, but that definitely wasn't what I planned on doing. But right away, Justin was just like, you know, share your story with us, share how you're doing and things like that. And I love helping these people. I love, you know, getting to share with them and getting to know them and on a personal level. And we're like a family. So, you know, that's a little bit about me. I know it's a little long-winded, but yeah, that's my thing. So,
no, I appreciate you sharing, because, you know, we're on this together. So everyone's probably like, who's this guy on her page right now? So, so it's good to break it down. And I love that you said the whole family thing. And it's funny because when we did get involved with Justin and everybody else that's following him, and in this team now that we're together, it's like we've known each other for over 10 years. It's really weird, but you have those people that you can actually converse with on an intellectual level, and also making money as well, but also too uplifting your spirits. You know what I mean? Like telling you about self-development help, you know, how to meditate, you know, things that people don't really talk about in daily life. You know, it's not just about the money, guys. It literally is, like he says all the time, 80-20. It's all about you and yourself. Like, you know, that's why I feel that we've had this powerful movement, and these people that are on the train, they're actually really positive. And if you do have something like you're frustrated about, you know, you reach out on the side, okay? You reach out on the side. Let me check here for some comments. We got Alex in the building now. We got Kelvin. Thanks for the support, guys. Justin said, you were saying great things on YouTube. We needed you too, Nick. Boom. We got Jorge, Gustavo. Oh, Letitia's in the building. Someone else has my name. She said she's so proud to be on this team.
Awesome.
Justin said they said I was going to be big. I believe them and thank them for encouraging me. Yes.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you get to meet him and get to talk with him, he's just a great leader, just a great motivator, great speaker. Even though he doesn't think he is a speaker, but he is a speaker. It was so crazy watching
He's like
I caught a little bit of his interview. Was it last night? And, you know, he got interviewed by some of the heavy hitters in the company. They've been in the business for, you know, 15, 20 years, some of them. And, you know, it was just so awesome to see him on that grand stage, you know, in front of that team. And for them to be so gracious to him was like, it was a big deal, honestly. And for somebody that I literally just met like less than 4 months ago, to just stand there in solidarity with him. And obviously there were other teammates on there, but I was damn proud, man. I was excited. I was excited to see him up there and get recognized by these people for just the kind of speaker that he is, you know?
Right. I was telling him, like, you better take this serious. I'm like, do you know who this lady is? She's like a top earner. Are you kidding me right now? I'm like, you ready for that big check? No, just kidding. I was like, no. And he's like so nonchalant, like, really? Like, he's really funny. Ryan said, vibrant personalities. Thanks, Ryan. But yeah, you know, and that's the thing. I learned a lot about myself while having the position that I hold with the team. That's also more important to me as well. And it's really hard to just tweak, and reprogram your mind. And also your environment has a lot to do with that as well. So, that's been an uphill battle for me. Like when people compliment me and stuff, I'm still like, really? You know what I mean? I'm not that person that people think like, oh, I just got it going on and all that. That is not who I am. And a lot of people judge people by the way they look or whatever. So
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
So how important would you say is your mindset, your mindset specifically, in the success you've had coming from the post office over to, owning your own income, having your own business, and making steady money online? How much would you say your mindset had a role to play in that?
Oh my gosh, major. If we're on a scale of, I honestly say 100% in a way, because here's the thing. If your mindset is not all the way there, if you're less than 50%, I mean, because everything else is easy. If you can copy and paste and you're creative and you can bring up that stuff, you can, bust out videos and photos for ads and things like that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, though, it's literally about how you're imagining things. You can't say, man, I hope this works, or I don't think it's going to work. I'm just going to put it out there. Or, I don't feel like doing this anymore. But it's like, wait a minute. There's people that are depending on you, not just, also yourself, too. You got to prove to yourself. Like, forget the haters are the fans. You don't want to prove them right. But you also want to protect your family, and, whoever's in your online circle. You know what I mean? Like, so that's really key. It's all about, I'd say, reading books. Even I read a lot of books. I also read audio books online. Guys, they're right there at your fingertips. If you can take out the time to improve and gain that knowledge, that way you won't have those people out there. Those are the naysayers, the people that don't believe anything because they're not knowledgeable about it. And you know what? I feel really bad for them that they just don't take the time out to educate themselves. At the end of the day, that's all it is. It's just because they don't know. They just go by word of mouth or what they hear, or, oh, this is a scam. I mean, it's 2018. Everything's online. I always say you can have a doctor's appointment FaceTiming online. You can buy your groceries online, toilet paper online. If you have a business that's physically out there in the world and you are not online with your business, you might end up like Toys R Us, like I heard in the news, and they're just going to be bankrupt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not be able to pay your workers because everything is online.
Yeah. I mean, I saw that story, and I don't mean to divert, but how crazy is that one of the largest toy companies probably in the U.S., as closing so many of its doors, because of their unwillingness to embrace the online world. And I'm not saying that they, ToysRUs.com has not been out there for all these years, but when you have a brick and mortar business and it's predominantly conducted and predominantly on, just out there physically, you're not online, you're not taking advantage of things like social media. It's a very, very big deal. It's a very, very detrimental mistake that business owners are making now. And I was even talking to, somebody in my circle that's running a business, and, he's been very successful in his business and been so for about 10, 15 years. As a testament to coming from zero to doing something that's really special. So, I was telling him about, the importance of an online presence and the importance of, putting his brand out there, because obviously, like we learned in our business, there's literally thousands of people that have taken the mantle and taken this opportunity to do this business. But what's going to differentiate them from us? What's going to make people want to join you and follow you as a person if you're not properly branding yourself?
Right.
And you're doing the things to draw people to your personality and, you know, having that presence. And, you know, it's kind of slow because most people are used to the old school way of doing things, and, you know, they've been doing this way for so long. But, you know, when you see things like the Toys R Us thing happening, you know, it's sad, honestly. It's sad, honestly. And I also think about things like the concept like distribution. I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but McDonald's actually, I think 2 years ago it was, if not last year, they were listed as the #1 toy company as far as selling toys in America. And that's not even their core niche. Their core niche and their core market is food and fast food. But because of distribution and them being absolutely everywhere, that's what makes them a powerhouse in other industries that's not even directly related to who they are. So, I mean, just the fact of having that online, they even have mobile ordering. They even have the social media apps on there. So it's like they're really taking advantage. And that's what a lot of companies are slowly catching on to.
Right.
And, you know, even our main competitor, which we can't really talk about on this live, they're slowly catching on. But, you know, it's just amazing to see that this company gets it, that they allow their members, they allow their people to promote online, on social media, to do the very things that people that are on Facebook, that are on Instagram, are doing anyways. I mean, I say this all the time. If you're doing something already, why not get paid for it if there's a way?
Exactly. That's the reason why I was like, I'm going to dive in even more. And actually, really quick, Nick, just not to cut you off, Justin said that we're actually going to have Charlotte Price on our next Wednesday night mastermind in 2 weeks.
Wow. So everybody on this live right now, make sure you put it in your calendar. You heard it first from El Capitan himself. In 2 weeks, Charlotte Price, basically she is one of the founders in our business. Literally, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Justin, 400,000 a year. And she's been in since I think it's at least 20 years. She says yes. Yeah. So obviously she is doing something right. And it's funny that she says that she's not the best at online marketing. So imagine how her income will increase and explode if she leverages this medium. That would be crazy.
Yeah, and she actually purchased Justin's training, which is awesome. And let's see, we got Eric in the building, and also Justin said you and Whitley are a huge asset to most want we will. Palm Pro in the building. Hello. What's up, Earl?
What's up?
Ryan said Letitia on 100,000. Palm Pro. Real talk, Letitia. I spoke about the same stuff on Facebook Live today, guys. Thanks for sharing out the video. Shane said, I'm listening to TR Hecker currently. Samantha said she loves Toys R Us. Justin said she helped set up the buy of MCA. She set up the meeting with Virgil Coffee. Nice.
Wow, that's huge.
Yes.
That is huge. And, you know, watching TVC talk every so often, you know, you really get to see, you know, the realism behind these people, that they're not just, you know, a nameless, faceless position, you know, in Oklahoma, but they're real people that are really given an opportunity for regular folks like us to earn money on social media and online. So that's amazing, man. Like, I just want to give people a chance right now in this particular segment of it to just ask questions. If they have questions for us. I mean, I know there's a couple of new people on here besides the team. So while we're waiting for questions, I mean, you guys can hit us up right now in the comments and ask us anything that you guys would want to know about.
Yeah, take over the questions. I'll be right back. I have an important phone call really quick.
Okay. So basically, what I'm gonna do is real quick.
Yes.
Is we're gonna go to the comments and see what we have going on as far as questions. Let me see here. Take a couple more of the comments here. Today is live. Oh yeah. Oh, awesome. There's a lot of people in here, and I'm so thankful that all you guys were able to join in. And what we really want to do is we really want to get the message out about the fact that starting a business, starting your own deal, owning your own income, which is what Freedom Fridays is about. Essentially, at its core, this broadcast is about spreading the fact that it is possible to own your own income. It is possible to, be your own boss, be your own person, and make the money that you need to make. And it's up to you. I mean, I made a post a couple of weeks ago because I saw something on Facebook about the minimum wage, and they talk about the minimum wage being that they're pushing for it to be $15 an hour. And because of, again, mindset, I would be thinking in my previous mindset, yeah, we need to push for $15 an hour. But I posted, I was like, that would actually be a pay cut for me, because $15 an hour. And if you think the average adult by themselves could barely get by on $15 an hour. You have rent, you have pay, think about it. Your rent, your car payment, if you have a car payment, your insurance, your cell phone bill, your internet and cable bill, and things like that. When you think about all those things, $15 an hour, which is what people are clamoring for them to get, is nothing. It's nothing these days. And how long is that really gonna last? So at best case scenario, if you have that happening where they do increase the minimum wage to $15 an hour, okay, so you can barely get by now. Maybe for a few years, maybe a little bit more than that, you might be able to just afford a little bit of a vacation, maybe a little bit of going out with the family or whatever, maybe once a week. But for a responsible family, and that's not even talking about you having kids. If you have kids and you have a husband or wife or whatever it is, your household can't survive even if you both make $15 an hour, barely. So what does that suggest is that you gotta do something to make more money. At the end of the day, it's not about what you make, it's about what you keep. And what you keep is what you bring home after all your responsibilities are taken care of, the bills are taken care of, your expenses as far as getting to and from work, your gas. And that's something that occurred to me a couple of years ago where, I took my hourly rate and then really started to think about factoring in things like my gas, things like my laundry, things like, everything that comes into play with me actually being able to make money. And at the end of all my calculations, I was bringing home probably like $4.50 an hour. It's like, what can you really do as an adult with $4.50? That's slave labor.
Shane said from Ohio, it's $8.50 for minimum wage over there. Wow.
$8.50. Wow, yeah. That's, in my opinion, and I say all the time on these lives. Nothing. It's my opinion that's criminal. You can't expect somebody to live not even fairly decently on $8 an hour. You can't ask no adult to do that. So what option are you left with but to own your own income? And in my experience, where I've seen where I say that, people get scared. It's like, I don't know if I want to put myself out there. I don't know if I want to, take on that responsibility. It's the same reason why people won't become managers at their job, because they don't want the responsibility. Right. But what are you going to do? what are you going to do? Are you going to stay in the same situation, too much month at the end of the money? Are you going to stay there and think that it's going to magically happen? Velvet ropes are going to part. The sky is just going to open up and everything's going to work. No, it doesn't work like that.
Right.
Even in business, it doesn't work like that. So it's so important that, you know, this broadcast, this particular broadcast, and ones like this, what we do Freedom Friday, is just to make people understand that it's not as scary as people think it is.
Right. It's just they're not educated about it. And here's the deal, guys. If you know, everything is going online, why not try and learn how to make money online? And the bottom line about it is, like, you know, you're not going to be a manager or supervisor overnight, right? You're not going to know all the tricks and trades on how to do something. It's a learning process, and you will progress throughout your journey. And here's the deal too. Some people can't even get a 9-to-5. Some people have, you know, they're a felon or this or that, or they have certain charges against them where they can't even do anything. So being able to work online and actually make an income can make an impact in their life. You know, they don't have to go to the 9-to-5. Some people, you know, there's companies, depending on what network marketing that you want to do, you can do, you know, you can just be an affiliate. Some people, you don't even have to show your face. You can make money behind the scenes, guys. You can be running what they call dark ads and nobody knows you're making money. You can be an affiliate of, you know, there's a place called ClickBank. Some people don't like them, some people do. But, hey, people got their products out there and they need people to promote it and sell it. You can do that behind the scenes. You can just get traffic to it, to whatever website it is. You don't have to show your face online. You don't have to tell anyone that you're doing it. But once you start seeing that money come in, you're going to want to tell everybody about it. You're going to want to put your face out there because you're going to be happy, number one. Number two, you're going to be so proud that you did it on your own. Number three, you're going to be even more proud because you're making, you know, your own boss, making your own hours, doing something so simple. It could be from your smartphone or your laptop. You know, there's many different opportunities out there, whether that's even doing Mary Kay. Some people like to talk to a lot of people and they want to go out there and share products. You know, some people like that. Their beauty is their niche, you know what I mean? Makeup and all that stuff. You know, some people do what you feel comfortable with doing, first of all, and then when you start making the money, you're going to want to get your face out there. You're going to want to be able to talk to people and tell everybody about this awesome opportunity, especially if it helped you get out of your situation and you know that it could possibly help thousands of other people. I mean, why wouldn't you want to talk about it? And that's why we're here today on this platform, you know, sharing this kind of information. You know, we're just freestyling it, guys. So sorry if we go off on tangents, but we're so passionate about it, right, Nick?
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. And, you know, it's funny that you brought up passion, is because, you know, if you're going to do something and you're going to do something and actually make it work and sustain it, you have to be passionate about it. And the other thing is, it can't just be about you. When you make what you do about other people and helping other people, you'll definitely have that commitment and have that drive that me and Tisha were talking about this the other day, when stuff happens that you don't feel like doing it, you don't feel like getting up and doing what you need to do. There are going to come days like that. But when you're doing something you're passionate about, there are going to be those times where that's going to pull you through. That's going to motivate you to do it anyway.
Right. And there's sometimes, you know, life does happen, guys. Like, I must have missed my first tea with Tisha ever, my first meeting, period. But life happens. We are not robots. And it's okay, because we always say family first, and whatever you got, your health is first. All of that is first, okay? So nobody's going to deem you for it. And I love how my team backed me up, checked on me, which is really awesome. You know, and so that means the world to me, because there again, you have that family that's supportive, not someone that's going to say, oh, she sucks, you know, she's a loser, or, oh, she didn't come this one time, oh my God, her life is over, I'm mad at her. No, it's not like that. Like, but we do have people that, you know, we call, I think of it as accountability partners in a way, because, you know, there's some, you got to have that push, because sometimes you just can't push yourself. You cannot. Sometimes you don't have the drive to push yourself. Somebody else has to be out there. Hey, Tisha, did you do this? It kind of reminds me, like, dang it. Like, one day when I was trying to take a nap one day, right? in the middle of the day, I'm like, man, I just want to take a quick little nap, right? My phone kept going off. Hey, Tisha, I need a website. Hey, Tisha, this link isn't working. Hey, Tisha, do you remind me to send that email real quick? Oh, don't forget to tell me to do this. Hey, can you add this in the training? It's like God was telling me, Tisha, you better get up. You see all these people?
Yeah.
You got to help these people. You better get up. Ain't no time to sleep. You can sleep when you're dead. Okay? So I was like, you know what? Dang it. Okay. So I just did it. I felt good about getting it done. But like I said, life does happen, guys. You know, you can't do everything. Like, I mean, it's good to have like a daily method of operation. Like I have this book here. And I just write out things that I got to do, you know, like a checklist, you know what I mean? And you can put it on your computer, or you can have like a bulletin board, have vision boards and whiteboards, however, whatever helps you to make sure at least you have a guide, you know, a guide on what's going to happen for the day, and you try and follow it, but life happens. You might not be able to follow it to a T, and that's fine, but God sees that you actually have a plan and you're working towards something. I mean, the universe is going to be in your corner, period. That's just what it is.
Exactly. God helps those who help themselves.
Right. We got Brandon in the building. Shane said, was like, nope, no more. I'm bossing up. Effing Bob, true. Springer, family first. Springer, we love you. Samantha, you guys are the best. What's up, Cecilia? Thanks for tuning in. I love the comments, guys. I'm trying to check them out. I don't see them as they come in. I have to scroll up.
Yeah.
So, but,
yeah, I do too.
yeah. But yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It's awesome to see all the love from the people in the comments, and for those of you just tuning in, all these people that are popping in, they're just amped to see that there are people putting out a positive message about being able to change their financial landscape, about being able to own their own income, that it's not as frightening as it might seem. Because a lot of people, especially when I approach people, the first thing they think is do I have to leave my job? Because what we've always been taught is basically when you find a good job, you put your head down and you work for 40 years, and then you might hope to retire. So it's natural that people are going to be like, is this going to impact my job? Right. No, it's not, because you can do it online. Yeah. And you can get to a point where you set it up to where you can come back to it maybe 2-3 hours a day. If you have that much between family and work and whatever it is, you could still go on with your life and still make money online. And once you get to the point where you've replaced your income at your job, then you're at a crossroads to where you can decide if you want to or not to leave your job behind.
Right. So, and when you do that, guys, I just want to say really quick, when you decide to do that, make sure that you're not just listening to someone that's telling you to go do that, and it actually is working for you, and you are for certain that, it's a business. You can't just say put in the same couple of hours that you were doing before. Treat it like your own business. Like, maybe work 9 to 5 on your business, making sure everything's up to date, doing everything you can, following up with people, the list goes on and on, updating your advertising just like a business, right? So when you leave one and you love it and you actually like it and you see the lucrative income and you're able to be at that crossroads, like Nick said, like, dude, should I quit it or not? Well, when you do decide to quit it, think of it just like a business. And then I kid you not, once you got the ball rolling, it's going to snowball, and then boom, you know what I mean? Like, you can then maybe lay off some time and have more time freedom if you want. But some people are passionate like me. I like to stay up all hours of the night or whatever. Like, I mean, yeah, it's all different where you want to go from there. What's up, Andre? Thanks for tuning in. We got Andre in the building. Cecilia, she said, hi, guys. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you,
too. We've been on this for almost an hour. Wow.
I know, right? And the love is still going. We still got people jumping in. So, real quick, as you guys come in, put where you are from in the world in the comments right now. Put it where you're from so we can shout you out. I know Letitia over here is in lovely Southern California. I'm out here in the lovely but cold Northern Virginia area. DMV, stand up. So, that's where we're at. So where are you guys from? I want to hear from you guys. I want to see from you guys, We got what we got. We got Illinois in the house. I haven't been in Illinois in a long time. It's been a while.
I've never been there. And let us know where you're coming from. And even if you guys have any questions, no matter what it is about life, anything that you want to ask or you're actually going through in the moment, you're in the middle of it and you just want to know a quick question. Hey, that's why we're here and we're live. We're doing it. Andre, DMV. DC.
Mm-hmm. I know he like them Redskins. I don't know though, Andre. We gonna see. Samantha says she needs to move to the South. Hey, I love it down there. I love South Florida. So shout out to South Florida, Hollywood, Miami. I love that place, man. That's like my second home. We got Ohio. Did Andre say the Cowboys? You live in the DC area. That's a very volatile statement in the DMV, man. But it's cool. It makes for very interesting conversation at the barbershop. I'll tell you that much. So, it's always fun, getting to see the back and forth with Redskin fans and Cowboys fans in the DMV, which I personally, as because I'm an island boy. So when coming into that dynamic, I see people talk about teams that they not really from and they ready and willing to die for their team. It's like, wait, you're not even from Dallas. What's going on? We got probably one person is from around Dallas. I didn't see him chime in yet, but yeah, they get real passionate about football around here. So what else we got? We got Tech. Andre said, so he's originally from Texas. See, you ain't know that. Texas in the house. So he's repping from DMV and Texas. That's what's up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Texas. Oh, hi, Aurora. She said, looking great, little cuz. Love it. Oh, thank you.
Snap. That's a big deal.
Yes, she's a big deal. Okay.
Yes. Oh, my.
If you guys need some consulting, financial consulting, and, you're trying to build a business, go to her first, auroradayconsulting.com, and you can check out her Facebook as well. I would highly recommend, and on YouTube, there's some great trainings on there you need to watch those videos on what to do first before you put your name on anything. Just throw that out there. So shout outs to her. Love her. And
it's funny that she's joining in because I remember the first time I saw one of her posts and it was just something about her personality that reached through my computer. And it was just so powerful that I had to ask Letitia, and she gave me a little bit of a snippet about, her. So shout out to her. She's just, it's just awesome to see people like that are doing well in business and that are so motivated to achieve their goals and dreams. So shout out to you, Miss Day. That's awesome.
Yes, Miss Day.
I'm starstruck right now. I'm starstruck.
I know. Every time I get on, I get nervous. Like the last time she was watching, I was like,
Let's see what we got here. Let's see.
Oh, my phone is off the hook this morning, guys.
I'm trying to take over. I can't see that last part.
Oh, he said he's trying to take over.
Yeah, trying to take over. Hashtag life changing. Kind of threw me out the LY for a second there, but that's what's up, Shane. That's what's going on. It's all about those little life changes. So, we're definitely, in support of that. So I know that we've been on here for a little while. You guys, it's coming up on an hour right now, and usually that's how long the broadcasts are. But we're having so much fun with you guys, so we
we got Neon PG County. What's PG County? SoCal. What's up,
Neon? That's your territory, Tisha.
I don't know what PG is. I'm trying to think. PG. I don't know. I've only been out here since 2015, so I don't know all the things.
I know, right?
Hey, but if you guys are just catching this, you might want to replay it. And if you are going to replay, hashtag replay in the comments. That way we know we can come back to you if you have any questions about anything that we said throughout today's Our Power Freedom Friday freestyle.
Yeah. It's
kind of
funny.
Yeah. And then, if this is your first time meeting, both of us, put a 5 in there. We'll go to your pages. We'll check you out, see what you're all about, and put a number 7 if you have been watching me or Nick throughout our journey. We love to have fans, and we, thank you so much for taking the time out to even listen to us today. So we really admire that. And don't forget to hit our inbox for questions. You can review. Here's one of my website links above this video. Nick, you can reach him at Millionaire Insight. You can go ahead and let them know how to follow you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna jump into that. You can find me at Millionaire Insight. You can look that up on Facebook in the search bar. It's my personal blog page. It has my beautiful face on there, so you can actually contact me on there. And you can also, leave me a message on my regular direct message, and my Facebook wall. I'm always open to meeting new people and networking. So, if you need to find me, that's where you can. And also on YouTube by the same name, Millionaire Insight. But Millionaire Insight and the number 4 and the word life all together on YouTube. So make sure you check out the YouTube channel and make sure you check out the Facebook. So, Tisha, this is awesome. I mean, we had the idea to do this for a little bit now, and just to see how awesome it's turning out. Wait a second. Neon says PG is in PG County. It's in Maryland. I thought so. That's the first thing.
I thought it was out here. I'm like, what?
Yeah. So Maryland in the house. That's what's up. So I was saying that I know we talked about this for a few weeks, and, we've been, kind of putting our heads together and thinking about how we can get this done. And I'm so glad that everything turned out so awesome. And we had a lot of the guys from the team and a lot of new people tuning in, a lot of people meeting together. I shared this all over the place. So, had a lot of people tune in. So we really appreciate the love. We really appreciate everything that you guys have said, and for all the support for both of us.
Yes.
So,
thank you guys. Really appreciate it. And if someone needs, need any of this information, especially if they're thinking about the online world, or, we did throw in some tidbits in there that they might want to hear, you can definitely share this on their page. We give you permission. We love the love. So you can definitely do that as well.
Exactly. And before we go, I just want to remind you guys for those of you who are just joining, in our group, we'll be having one of the originators in our company that gave us this wonderful opportunity on our webinar 2 weeks from today. So mark it on your calendar. It's going to be on Wednesday, 2 weeks from today. I'm not looking at my calendar right now, but I will definitely post the dates, and stay tuned to make sure.
I think
it's the 28th.
I want to say 2 weeks from now.
Okay, so 2 weeks from now, give or take the 28th, mark it down in your calendars. 2 weeks today for Wednesday, and make sure you follow us so you can get the information, so you can join in and you can see what this thing is all about, and so you can get your start into owning your own income and owning your own business and things like that. And properly being able to leverage social media. Guys, I put out a post a couple months ago. I made $80 in 10 minutes. How many people can say that? Most people have to work 8-10 hours a day, sometimes just to get close to that. Average is about $100. So the fact that I was able to do that in 10 minutes, guys, that's powerful. That's the leverage of social media, online, things like that. So if you want to know more, if you want to change your income, make sure you hit us up, either one of us for that matter.
And really quick, if you guys actually, I'm gonna post that link in here when the video's done, but if you guys are already in the online world and you just loved hearing what we had to say, but you may need some additional training, I'm going to post that in here. If you want to be a part of the family, mostwantwewill.net. Okay, you might want to tap into that because you don't want to miss out. Every other Wednesday, you know, we do have special guests like that. You're not going to want to miss that. And Tuesdays, we have, training that is specifically only for the team. And then Mondays, we do have a Monday night mixer. So you guys will want to be in tune. That way you can get a feel for it. See if this is for you. Meet the family. We love to meet you. We love to have you on the team if you're interested in doing this, or if you just need additional training. We'd love to help boost your business. So I'll put that link up here after we actually post this, okay?
Mm-hmm. So lastly, Tisha, I want to definitely thank you for taking the time and gracing us with your beautiful presence today on Freedom Fridays. It was awesome for us to have you and, just to get inside your cerebellum for a little bit, get to know you a little bit better. And hopefully me and Tisha have been talking about a few ideas for another podcast that we want to start doing. So stay tuned for that. Some good things coming up. So make sure you stay tuned. So with that, guys, I know it's been about an hour.
I know. I haven't done it live in an hour in a long time. But yeah, it's real worth it.
So I'm gonna let you guys get back to enjoying your Friday. It's payday, both in our business and everywhere else too. So guys, to enjoy your Friday. Any last words, Tisha?
That's it. Just be you and be the best you.
All right, that's awesome. So, until next time, guys, as always, live life, love God. See you when I see you. Peace.
Okay, cool. I ended the broadcast on my end.